Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about the Baker Act and why you don't get to pick the receiving facility that your loved one goes to. So, like many of these videos, this came about from a family that called me, said they were planning to go to the courthouse, file a petition for an ex parte Baker Act order, an order for assessment, and they want to know, could they choose the facility their loved one is going to? And I said, well, why are you doing this? And they said, well, we want to get them into treatment. I said, well, then don't Baker Act them. They said, what do you mean? I said, the Baker Act's not a statute for treatment. It is only for emergency situations only, and understand that once you Baker Act your loved one, if the court grants your request for a petition, an order for assessment, your loved one's going to become a temporary ward of the state of Florida. And that means you don't get to choose anything. You're no longer even a party to this thing. It's now the state of Florida. And your rights to make decisions for your loved one will be terminated. Your loved one's rights to make decisions for themselves will be terminated. And you don't get a say in where they go for the assessment. You don't get to choose that. The order is typically going to say that the law enforcement is to pick the person up and take them to the nearest receiving facility. So once the state becomes the legal guardian, albeit on a temporary basis, which is what happens when you Baker Act somebody, you don't get any say of this thing. You may not even get notice as to if there's a hearing to extend the detention. At best, you're a witness. So no, you don't get to choose the receiving facility. In fact, you don't get to choose anything because you are no longer a party to this. You've handed your loved one over to the state. So if it's an emergency, which is what the Baker Act is designed for, then pick up the phone and call 911. If you're looking to get your loved one help, then please, 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 please don't Baker Act them. Because that's not what the Baker Act is for, and it is not designed to treat your loved one. And if you want to get them into treatment and you want to have the authority to make the decision to save them because they cannot make the decision to save themselves, then you don't want to Baker Act them. We're talking potentially guardianship. We're talking potentially Marchman Act. We're talking potentially both at the same time. And so I want to share that with you. Again, this is more misinformation about the Baker Act. And I'm sorry to say that some of this information is being given by other lawyers and clinicians who respectfully are giving the wrong information. So anyway, with that said, I appreciate you tuning in. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.